Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to F1 TS Hub. We are back with Pinnacle tier and round 5 from, it looks like, at least an overcast Spanish Grand Prix. And this week, Kieran is away on his holidays, so I'm joined in the commentary box by current podium tier driver, Jamie, who, of course, commentated alongside me last season. So, evening, Jamie.
Yeah, hello. Hello everybody, the less said about my race tonight the better, but I'm looking forward to this one. There's a really intriguing championship battle, so it'll be interesting who gets the upper hand.
Definitely, you mentioned championship battle. We've currently got 2 points between Sam and Reflow at the top of the drivers, and I think 2 points separating Ferrari and Mercedes in the constructors as well, so literally could hardly be separated at this point.
No, exactly. We've got 16 drivers tonight. Obviously, Cobbler's he's not racing tonight because of that incident in Baku first 2 corners. Can you explain what the decision behind that was? Because you've been the head steward.
Yeah, obviously, Cobbler's ended up receiving a race ban for the incident, which obviously took out a lot of drivers at Baku last week. For anybody who watched the stream. A little bit of chaos ensued there, so he won't be racing this week, but he would of course be back with us from next week at Monaco if he dares to drive there.
Yeah, hopefully he keeps it a bit calmer on there, because carnage at Monaco is not what you want. Anyways, as I believe, congratulations to White Fountain who won the race last week. He took advantage of Sam's tactical mistake by not pitting behind the safety car. I was amazed when he didn't do that watching the race back. I think it was no-brainer pitting behind the safety car around the track where it's so easy to overtake on, but I think Sam's learnt his lesson this week and I think he won't be in the same if it happens again. Yeah,
I think he'll probably live to regret that decision for a little while, but he did still bring it home and get points. But yeah, big congratulations to White Fountain who pulled the blinder with the strategy and took advantage of the safety car, but he had good speed anyway in the race, and so thoroughly deserved first victory for him.
Yeah, and we've got a new driver this week, I believe, in the McLaren. Obviously, Boffigelli's dropped down to the podium tier, so we've got a new driver in Don Cool. Be interested to see how he gets along. Apparently, Nick says he's a pretty quick driver, so maybe another guy at the front of the pack would make it intriguing.
Yeah, as you say, Nick he's built him up for us, so he'll be hoping to deliver. And not the easiest of tracks to come back to starting though, Jamie, as you found out tonight for yourself. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a tricky one. This to try and keep it clean for the whole race weekend.
Yeah, it's just tyre wear. It's really hard. It's really hard to keep your front left tyre cool. Like, I was struggling a bit with tyre temperatures, so I think a few guys the super soft is not the tyre when it's starting if it's a dry race, so judging by this, when we're on super soft, I think we might be getting a bit of wet racing.
Yeah, you mentioned that beforehand, so perhaps we will have a bit of rain. That will be tricky. It's not an easy track to drive in wet conditions at all, not just ever easy, but just such a technical track, difficult to hook up a lap. But Doncool does set the first time lap then, so a 1:18. As we've got a yellow flag in sector 3 as well at the moment.
Yeah, I think a few guys are trying to find room for their laps, because if you go slow on the outlap in this game, you do get the yellow flags. Can't see anyone off at the moment. As Lawrence again with the 1:17.3, and Lawrence he was Mr. Unlucky last week, wasn't he? He got excellent qualifying position, and then for some reason again disqualified him on the grid. I don't know why, but found that a bit peculiar, and I think that might have caused a bit of the carnage of that car station in the grid, but.
Yeah, I think you could be right. I think he got disqualified for reversing on the grid, but obviously something weird going on there with the game. So shame for Lawrence, but 17.3 for him. So he's put it on a provisional pole at the moment, but obviously a long way to go yet. As we're just going to check out Matt Your Daddy in the Renault. He's shown good pace as well of late. So we'll see how he handles this opening sector, the long turn 3 and into turn 4. Quite high speed this sector before you get into the tricky final sector of the lap.
Yeah, it's quite a fun corner in that turn 3, but in the race that does absolutely abuse your tyre. So you can't gun it full throttle around there in the race, but in qualifying it's when you get a lap hooked up down here, it feels good because obviously you've got high speed corners and I do like this track. It's just a challenge because you've got a bit of everything here. You've got some high-speed corners, you've got long straights, you've got slow-speed corners. So you need a real balanced setup. You can't run too high a downforce, you can't run too low a downforce because you just lose out in each of the sectors.
Yeah, you feel like you need the downforce, don't you? Especially in the final sector, but it just hurts you down that long straight to turn one, and of course that's probably the number one overtaking opportunity as well. So if you run too much wing, you can find yourself struggling come the race.
Yeah, definitely. This Matty Daddy's about to finish lap here. It looks quite a good lap, but
he ran a bit wide, I noticed, in turn 7, so yeah, it looked tidy, but just obviously a little bit steady from Matt at the moment, but he's got a bank a lap in, I guess.
Yeah.
So Reflow, interestingly, still in the garage at the moment, as so are a few of our drivers.
Maybe these guys on the Super, maybe they're doing a bank lap on the Supers, and that's what I did in the podium tier, so maybe that's what they're doing. And obviously, with their ERS turned down and not running DRS, as you see, Matty Daddy is doing his lap on like no ERS, so maybe a showmanship from these drivers. But Lawrence, that's a quick lap. I think the pole in the podium tier was a 17.5, so I expect the pole to be in the 16s around here.
Yeah, it's a good banker for Lawrence, so he can definitely build from there. He has shown, as you mentioned, good pace this season at times, but things just haven't gone his way in the races really for the large part. So he'll be hoping to change that here today.
Yeah, I mean, obviously if you start at the front, then that's the ideal place to be, because you do as well. You can do as well as you can to avoid the carnage, as long as you get a good start, as I believe. It's just a bit of a longer session now, and I think a few guys are sort of in between runs. And and Matt also haven't come out, so all the front runners are sort of leaving it late.
Yeah, they are. 10 minutes remaining just over in the session, and still only 9 drivers at the moment have set a lap time. So yeah, not often we see that. We usually see drivers trying to dive out of the pits as soon as they can and try and get as many runs in as they can fit into the allotted time. But obviously not here this week.
No, I think it's just a tyre situation. I think people, they want to, ideally you want to start on a soft tyre. It just gives you can run that tyre at about 10 to 13 laps, and then just stop means onto the end. And the medium round here is a really good race tyre. It's so consistent and it doesn't heat up as much, so you can, on the soft tyre you have to manage it a bit more, but on the medium you can really gun it. And it's quite fun, you can sort of chase people, as I believe we have a car off there.
Yeah, we did. Pepsi Gamer was at the end of that. He was going through the gravel and he's got wing damage on the right hand side of the car, so he will be returning to the pits. So no lap on the board for Pepsi, and yeah, he'll be under a little bit of pressure now by the time he gets back and gets that wing changed and back on circuit.
Yeah, he got his first podium last week, so yeah, he managed to avoid all the carnage, and that's a key thing in league racing. Not all about having the pace, you've just got to keep it clean, keep it on the road, and you can get results you don't expect.
Yeah, definitely. So we're on board then with Heskey time in the Red Bull. He's had some really eventful races lately. We've been seeing lots of footage of him battling with the midfield runners as he gets it all wrong. Yeah, he does.
Pushing too much there.
Will he back out of it? And he's still, it looks like he's pushing on, but he lost a lot of lap time there.
Still got his ERS on max, so he's still going for it, and it just seems this lap seems a bit messy to me. So I think he's overdriving. Yeah,
it's always difficult to find that limit first, flying that for him.
See, he flows out, I see, he's kept all the way, which is good to see. He's run deep into the hairpin. This lap has completely gone for him. He's not going to do a competitive lap time now.
Yeah, I'm surprised he kept his foot in, really.
Yeah, I'd have backed off and come in the pits or just saved the fuel, but yeah, he's backing off now, it looks like. I think he's realised.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, so, back in the pits.
Yeah, I think maybe he just wanted to push there just to see where the limits were when he does his actual proper lap at the end.
So we'll check out Sam in the Ferrari then. He's in the just coming to the third sector now. So the first of our championship front runners, and he's
oversteered there. Oh yeah, that's nice.
Wow, driver's really struggling at the moment to get a clean lap in.
Yeah, I think some of these drivers, I think they may be running. I think they may be I think that because the track conditions the track temperature looks quite low, so maybe they're struggling to get the heat in the tyres because it looks quite overcast.
Definitely.
So I think that's maybe where the struggle's happening, because these times are not that quick at the moment, so I don't know if people are just sandbagging at the moment or just struggling with the track conditions.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. A lot of guys do their practice in, the ideal sunny conditions, and then when you come to race day and the conditions are overcast, you've just lost that edge of grip, and it can be really difficult to find where the limit is.
Yes, Lukey's done an 18.6 on the soft tyre, so I guess he's committed to the supers on his final run.
Interestingly, Jamie, Reflow out on the mediums at the moment, the only driver to be out on the slowest of the three tyres, or slowest on paper at least. So he's doing something a little bit different to the rest here, as he's just about to go on to his flying lap now. So does he think he's got the pace to put that car towards the front on those tyres?
Maybe. Oh, he's done this 18.3. That's an impressive time in the mediums. 18.3, I have to say. I mean, that is
brilliant.
And these tyres, they're about 1.5 seconds lap slower than the supers. So, tell you what, if he sticks in the top 10 of mediums, and as soon as the mediums and qualifying, you've got to really go aggressive on the outlap, because the tyres they take a while to heat up. So, if you don't go aggressive on the outlap, you have to really give it 2 laps, and I think he's backing off this lap. So.
Yeah,
that was impressive.
It was impressive, and almost everyone returning to the pits again then. So with 6 minutes, 20 seconds remaining, we're going to see obviously a flurry of activity in the final few minutes. And we've got to say, from what we've seen, quite a few guys out there with some scrappy laps on the board. So plenty of time to come from these drivers.
TK's lost it in turn 2 when he's lost his wing on his outlap, so he's got to have a painful journey back to the pits with a damaged wing around here.
Yeah, he will.
He was on his softs as well, so that sort of compromised in qualifying, because you only get 1 set of soft tyres in qualifying, so he's probably put heat cycle into them tyres, which you don't want, because obviously it'll affect your race, because it's the tyre you start the race on, so his race is compromised already. Yeah,
not ideal. So the only driver then on circuit now is TK, so we'll check him out, we'll go on board, and he's obviously on his out lap, but in 12 at the moment. Obviously the preferred tyre for most drivers at the moment. Reflow the odd one out, and Lawrence of course on that P1 at the moment, but on the super soft, which I don't believe is the ideal tyre to really as a race tyre. So he's going for grid position there, perhaps over overall race speed. Yeah,
he's locked into 2-stop on them supers. Yeah, as you say before, TK's got wing damage, so he's going to come in the pits this lap. So as Cloudy Balloons has retired from the session, so he's picked up terminal damage, so he's crashed somewhere. But unfortunately, in this game he cannot view. It's a bit stupid. He cannot view cars at DNS, so he's got to look like he got rid of that. It's a bit stupid.
Yeah, it's a shame they haven't patched that back in as yet, but we'll make do as best we can.
Yours come out on the soft, so he's committing to the softs in qualifying, I believe. And Heskey time also. So I expect most of the cars come out now on the soft tyre, and we'll see this grid order shake up massively come the end of the session.
Yeah, I think we will, and it looks like Reflow has done, he's fitted the softs as well, Jamie, so he was obviously putting that bank lap in on the mediums, but now he's going to go for that pole position on the soft tyre.
Obviously he preferred doing an aggressive lap on the medium lap and a bank lap on the supers, so if his soft lap doesn't go right, he validates for instance, at least you have that medium lap, which probably get in the top 10 I think, so at least he has that in the bank.
Yeah, he does. So 4 minutes remaining, a lot of drivers on circuit, Jamie, and obviously quite a narrow twisty circuit here. We could see drivers getting in the way of each other here. Yeah,
traffic, I think there's a bit of an issue with the point here with that. I think it's a collision, so hopefully people are looking at the mirrors and the track map and realising who's on the quick lap and who isn't. As I believe is the first guy who's going to set a flying lap on the soft tyre.
He is, so watch him through this fast first sector then. Does he get the car hooked up to the apex of long turn 3? Does a pretty good job lap by the look of it. Opens the steering up towards turn 4, take a wide exit, entry into the corner, and then try and get the power on as early as you possibly can, and then slow the car down once again then into turn 5 and get the exit. He's running a little bit wide there. Yeah, that one cost him a couple of tenths.
That could be a validation, I don't know. You can get invalid there, but I think he might be alright. Oh, he's lost these.
Yeah, I think he's back out of it.
Yeah, he's going to save his fuel as ERS and he's going to go again next lap. So who else is on the flying lap? I believe Matt's about to start one now.
Okay.
In the Ferrari.
Okay, well...
So he's had a pretty inconsistent season so far. I think he's had 2 podiums, 2 DNFs, so hopefully he can get back on the podium this week.
Yeah, he's definitely had the pace to be on the podium or to even win a couple of races, but hasn't always worked out. So neat and tidy, the Ferraris, they need to get it up there. Reflow's already got it into P3 at the moment, so you know, in that championship battle, all important grid spots here. And Bath, of course, currently bringing up the rear of the field with no lap time, of course. All to play for these drivers. They're really putting pressure on themselves here.
You really want a lap. You really any sort of lap on the board because you get the delta, and it helps so much more. You got that delta. You can see where you're gaining and losing time. So I think even if you have a really slow lap, you'd rather have that than no lap at all.
Yeah, you would.
As Hess gives him a 17.7 on soft, so he's on the front row. If Matt can jump in here.
Yeah, he's negotiated that tricky chicane, so easy to carry too much speed in there. And he gets it all straightened up outside the final corner and
18.5.
Yeah,
that's only a 10th quicker than I did, so that's not really. I expected better from Matt than that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think I'd be a bit disappointed with that. So we'll check out Sam then and see how his lap's panning out. He's through turns 8, about to attack turn 9.
I think he's hit a bit of traffic.
Yeah, he has. So he's going to have literally one more go at this.
Yeah, and with the fuel situation around here, it's going to be really tight on fuel. He's sort of getting enough fuel to do probably one flying lap, so he's going to have to really fuel save here. He's behind the 8 ball here as Pepsi's gone off, so that's his qualifying over. Yeah,
it is. So Bath just onto his flying lap. So we've got so many drivers now, Jamie, to try and watch in these final few seconds of the session.
Reflow's started his lap as well, so
we'll try and keep an eye on it.
Jam occurring here.
And Bath look to be taking a slightly odd line there to turn 4. So we'll see how his lap unfolds. We'll try and keep an eye on that. And Sam.
Well, if they mess these laps up, they've got nothing left, no time left, so they've got to really no mistakes here from now on in. As yours gone off, but I think he's already done it. The session's already done, so.
Yeah, his session. He's just got hope now that he. As Bath loses it, he's lost it. He's in the gravel, and that is his lap gone.
It's him at the back of the grid as Matt's improved to an 18.2, so that's much better from him. He's on the second row of the grid as Reflow's about to finish his soft lap. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the pole lap.
Okay, we'll quickly switch to Reflow then, and then we'll switch back to Sam and see what he can do. So
Pepsi's retired, so
is Reflow going to do enough here? He doesn't actually. He's 3 tenths off.
You have to say Heskey's time them softs looks pretty good now. He's only 10th back, so maybe Heskey can fight at the front this time. But so Lawrence's strategy is working for him so far. Oh, it's Don. That's a good lap by Don there, 17.0.
So Sam's around the final corner, but I'm not sure. Is Sam actually on a lap? Oh, he is. Yeah, he is.
That's a good lap. He's out-qualified Reflow, so that's what he needed to do. And it gives him the strategical advantage in the race. And we know Sam, he's good at his race starts, so if he can get ahead of Lawrence in turn 1, then he's going to have a huge advantage.
That is impressive by Sam, as you say. He's ahead of his main championship rival at the moment. But I think Reflow will be slightly disappointed in that lap. Yeah. As you say, the mediums, he's not much quicker really on the soft.
I expected a bigger jump than that. He improved by 7 tenths. I expected that. And he's the second there. Mikey Daddy's got a good lap, you have to say, there in 6th place and 18.1. And I'm just hoping for his sake that he actually stays on the road this week, because every time I see him, he's either near the front or he's off the track.
Yeah, we'll hope he can get a result out of it. So who've we still got on a flying lap? Or is off the side?
He's also laps. That's qualifying over.
Wow, well, we did see quite a few changes in those final few seconds as we predicted. It really, as you say, with only one set of softs, it all just came down to that one lap for these drivers, really.
obviously the front two, and I think Madjed in ninth. They're on the two-stop strategy, and I think everyone else they're going to go for the one-stop here. So Don and Lawrence, they need to stay ahead of Sam and Reflow at the start. So they get in traffic, their strategy is severely compromised.
Yeah, they need to make the most of those super softs off the line and just try and make the most of tyres while they're fresh, as you say, because then Sam and Reflow will come back at them. And the better strategy is to start on the softs, we think. So yeah, Lawrence and Donkall, they've got to try and make the most of their strategy early on.
Yeah, we're going to wait for time to expire because I don't think yours going to complete this lap. So yeah, so White Fountain in 8th. I think he'll be disappointed with that. Obviously, the race winner last week. I think he maybe expected better than that. And Matt as well. He'll be disappointed with 7th.
He will. I think most disappointed of all will be Farf, who's at the back of the field. Didn't even set a lap there.
Obviously, people with obviously the constructors battle. That's not what Reflow needs either.
Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, in the comments, who do you think is who's going to win this one? And Jamie, do you want to run us down the order?
Yep. On pole, we've got our debutant Don Cole in the McLaren. Then we've got Lawrence, second place in the Force India. They're both on supers. Then we've got Sam Stowe in 3rd, Reflow 4th, Heskey 5th, Matty Daddy 6th, Matt 7th, White Fountain 8th. They're on softs. We've got Majid 9th, he's on supers. And we've got Scorpion, Yor, Lukey, TK, Cloudy, Pepsi, Farf. And that's our grid. Obviously, the 11th to 16th to get free choice of tyres. And I wouldn't be surprised if a few of them decide to go on the mediums at the start, because the medium, I think it's the better race tyre. And obviously, if they go on the medium, then you can 6 set softs on the end and really attack at the end. So that's what I might expect to see.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens then, as it looks like we got brighter conditions for the start of the race at least. Yeah. So I'm sure.
Yeah, I think drivers would prefer this, a bit more track temperature, maybe easier to warm the tyres up. But I think the super runners may not want this because it might make the tyres overheat a bit earlier. Yeah,
I think looking at what people are saying, I see Odem's in the comments there saying that he doesn't think the supers are the way to go at all. So they've obviously really just taken track position, those guys at the front there. But the race could be pretty difficult for them.
Obviously, it's the longest run on the calendar, turn 1, so won't be surprised if we see 3 or 4 wide into turn 1. So people, and it's quite a tight turn 1. So I'm hoping for a cleaner start than we have seen recently.
Yeah, it's definitely tricky, especially with the then switches straight back for turn 2 as well. It's easy to get tangled up. So we'll hope the guys can keep it clean. We definitely don't want a repeat of last week's turn 2 antics anyway. But we shall see, as we're just waiting for everybody to load in by the look of it.
Obviously, you wanting drivers to give people time to set strategies. Hopefully, I didn't see who readied up, so hopefully nobody jumped that, because if they do, you get time penalties now, don't you?
You do. So everyone's getting underway then. So I'll just mention at this point that you're watching F1 TS Hub, so like and subscribe if you're liking what you see, and obviously follow us on the social media over on Twitter, Facebook and whatnot, and of course you can go to f1tshub.com where you can catch up on all the action and also sign up and get involved yourself.
Yeah, it looks like CSS has joined during qualifying, but it for some reason shows the super softs, which I don't really understand why it shows them tyres, but from left downwards we've got Yor on the soft, Lukey on the soft, TK on the soft, and Cloudy Balloons on the medium, Peps on the soft, and Farf on the medium. Yeah,
I think it was a no-brainer, I guess, for Farf to go with the medium. We know he's usually got pretty good speed, so he's going to try and take that a long way if he can.
Yeah, you can get them mediums to maybe about lap 20, 21, 22. Just depends how long you get them, a long way in the race. So they're going for the counter strategy.
They are.
Be quite a fast formation, I have to say. Don's not let it.
He might be hanging around on the grid for a little while, I think. Looks like there's quite a big tail of cars behind him, but yeah, he's pushed on a little bit.
He obviously wants to keep them tyres up to temperature for his launch at start. There's quite a big gap between the two super runners and Samster, so these two guys, the tyres have been cooling down a little bit, which I think probably helps them a little bit, because obviously you don't need supers too high, because they've got a much higher, much lower working range.
Yeah, they've got to look after them. It's not that easy to overtake here, so if they can manage to defend okay into turn 1, they can perhaps do a bit of tyre management, especially through the last sector of the lap. So the cars lining up on the grid then. Everybody will be getting their start settings ready, and we'll await the lights.
Yeah, let you take it away.
So then, lights on screen. 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 5 lights, and away we go. So, how are we doing? John Cool, defence to the inside.
John's got a good start there.
Yeah, he has indeed.
Samson's
Lawrence follows him through. And is Sam going to try and take around the outside? We've seen him be aggressive before the start of races.
And Heskey's got Reflow. Reflow's had a horrible start there. He's down in 5th place. He got bunched up there with Heskey, I believe. And at the back we've got... Oh no, I thought I had a spin at the back, but we don't. But yeah, it's a good start by Sam. That's what he wanted, I think. This is a bit of magic. Just good move there. Reflow spun it and he's out the race. He's out the race.
Wow, tangled up with the Ferrari of Matt. We caught that on the stream.
Yeah. I got that on board. I think he just lit the rears up and it just spun him round.
Disaster. And it looks like Matt gets away unscathed in the Ferrari. No wing damage that I can see. So he carries on. But yeah, championship leader out of the race. And Sam made it stick on Lawrence. So he's up to P2. So we can see a big swing in the championship here. Don Cool did everything right there. He's going to lead at the end of lap 1. So, yeah, good, ideal start to his F1 TSF career so far.
Yeah, Lawrence struggling a bit more. I think Don had a really good first lap there. Lawrence, he's sort of got Heskey on him, and this is a great opportunity for Heskey to get a podium here with a Reflow out and a few other guys. Matt FNG a bit compromised. I don't think he's got wing damage. It's hard to tell now if it's Halo, if he's got wing damage or not, but I think he had wing damage, he'd have pitted, surely.
Yeah, you'd think so. Ooh.
His Heskey times jumped Lawrence there, so...
He has. So, not ideal for Lawrence at all. He's down 2 positions to 4th then. And he's now got Mage all over the back of him, and he's looking down the inside.
He's on the same tyre as well, on the same strategy as Lawrence. He's really struggling. I don't know if he's... I don't know if his tyres are overheating or he's picked a bit of wind damage, but he seems all over the place at the moment. As Matty Daddy, not that far back either. As the front 2 have started to pull away a little bit now.
Yeah.
Got another yellow flag. Who's this? Oh, it's CSS. He's gone off. I think obviously he joined during qualifying. So you have a default setup which you don't really want round here. It's sort of, you can't really exploit the setups during the default setup. Yeah,
you can. And Matt and White Fountain are duking it out there as well for 7th position at the moment. And Claddy Balloons retired from the session. So
it feels like he was 40 seconds behind, so I think he's just called it a day. Samster, he's got a run on Don here, has he? No, it's just DRS is a lap too early, I think.
Matt's got a run on White Fountain though. He's going to have a go, I would think. And he does, and he's going to have plenty of overspeed here.
Yeah, easy move there.
It's just ahead of him.
Lawrence is side by side. Matty Daddy gets that move done pretty easy. I think Lawrence is struggling, and I won't be surprised if he pits very shortly. As I think Favre spun it and he's got wing damage, so not an ideal start for him on the mediums. He's going to have to commit to a 2-stop now, as Lawrence and Matt still side by side.
Wow, yeah, battling hard.
As Samster, he's only a 10th behind Don with the DRS straight coming up. This might be his chance.
Okay, we'll go on board with the Ferrari then. Sam will be looking to get this done as quick as he can. He's got a really good run, and Don moves to the normal racing line.
Yeah, an easy move. Yeah, I think Don didn't really fight that. He sort of realises that it's not really his battle. He's sort of fighting Mage and Lawrence behind.
He is. So we'll switch back to this battle then for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Yeah. These guys.
White Fountain, they've both joined this battle, haven't they? So they've really benefited from the scrapping as Lawrence Pinnacle stays out, but Matt surely has got the overspeed here. Go around the
Oh,
outside,
no.
that wasn't advisable. That was, I wouldn't advise that move, Matt. That was just, you should have waited for a big long straight.
Oh, that was, yeah, he just had such speed difference, didn't he? And he just tried to go around the outside, but the gap was not there.
Yeah, so Mercedes struggling. Ferrari, as Luki's spun it as well in turn 2. Luki's got wing damage. A lot of guys are struggling, aren't they, early on?
They are, and Luki's lost his wing. Yeah, as you say, big wing damage on the left-hand side, so it's going to be a long lap back for him. So his race not going well at all at the moment, but it is going well for Sam. He's got that gap up to 7/10 already. So looking good so far for Sam.
Yeah, Heskey, he's catching up a little bit now. He's behind Don now, so he's maybe he can make it a bit more interesting. He's got Cleese McLaren pretty soon though, because he's going to get held up massively, because I think Don's tyres are starting to go off.
Yeah, it does look that way. We know Heskey time isn't scared of an overtake as well.
He has a bit of a moment there, Don. He has a bit of a slide Don there, so surely if the overspeed this will be, but it looks like Heskey has got DRS according to my screen, so this makes this move a bit more risky.
He's looking.
See, I think he's got the DRS fault. I had it in a league race the other night where I didn't have DRS for a few laps, so when I was after pit stops, I had to like really pass people. And others like easy doing it on the straight. I had to just dive bomb them, and it worked out in the end. But it's not what you want. As Matt has had enough, I think.
Yeah, he's had enough. So we've lost one Mercedes and one Ferrari by lap 5 of the race. But Heskey goes side by side.
Don side by side, yeah. I see Don's defending well. You have to say he's not giving this up easily, but Heskey's got the move done easily there. But Don will now have DRS now, so Heskey's got to get a really good exit out of his corner, which he does.
Yeah, he does. I think that's going to be good enough. As you say, he had to make it work there, didn't he? Because he's got obviously broken DRS, but he managed to make the move anyway. So we'll keep an eye on those lap times then. 1.9 seconds behind Sam at the moment. So we'll see now they've got clear air where they both shape up against each other.
Yeah, so Matty Daddy's doing a good job in 4th place, so he'll be net 3rd place when Don pits, so White Fountain is keeping an hands gap for a few laps. It's sort of staying stagnant, so see, hopefully Matty Daddy can just finish this race. That's what I'm hoping for.
That's what he'll be hoping for as well, as we're on board with Pepsi Gamer. Yeah. This should be easy. You get some much better exit.
Yeah, you're at the tailboat exit out final corner, so should be an easy move, but I think took the Pepsi's win there, a bit of slipstream, he just lets him go though. And
Don Cool in the pits then.
Yeah. Comes out in clean air, which is ideal, which is what he needs. He can pump him some good laps here, because he get out of the Mage, Jay does, so he does the overcut there, and obviously these two, they'll be lighting up the time screens now, I hope trying to make his 2-stop work, but Mage, he's on warmer tyres, and he looks like he's got a chance here. Is he gonna... It's not really low taking place around here, but he tries it around the outside. This would be an amazing move if he pulls it off. I think he does.
He does.
I think Don might have backed out of it there. I couldn't really see it from this perspective, but he took advantage of the warmer tyres there, and obviously these two are going to have their own race on the 2-stop, and it'd be interesting to see where they come out by the end of the race. I think they might be able to still be in a podium fight, because I think the next 4 cars ahead are gettable for these two, but they need to just make no mistakes.
As you say, at least they've got clean air, which is crucial if you're doing the 2-stop strategy. So yeah, it might be a good idea there from Don to let to not battle too hard and just to tag along with him. Hopefully they can work their way forwards now in this stint.
If he stays in the DRS, he can get dragged along as far as retired. He's binned it coming out of the high-speed chicane, I see there, so he's lit the rears up and hit the wall.
Yeah, it's so tricky there. The traction out of turn 8 is very, very easy to lose a car. So both Mercedes out then, so big news for the Constructors' Championship already.
Ferrari look like you're jumping to the lead now. All Salas doing finishing, I think, in 8th place and jumping the lead as the two Hasses are close together now. So these two, they communicate with each other in the race, so I wonder if yours going to let his teammate through here.
Yeah, we'll see. They do seem to work well as a team and have their strategy sorted before they go racing. So yeah, will Draw battle this or not? We'll wait and see. Both on 6-lap-old softer course, so no tyre advantage for either driver.
Going for the one top here, and it didn't look like. I think Yard maybe pulling over here. Yes, he is. Yeah, that was a swap, definitely.
Good teamwork though from Haas. So obviously, you know, playing the long game, and it's worked for them pretty well so far.
Yeah, that's what me and Ols did early on this race. We did that. We did the swap because I was slow and I was holding him up. I let him through, and I don't know how he's done in the race because obviously I turned over, but I think he's looking good for a podium. So hopefully I'll get some good news. Hopefully he's got a podium because I need him to pick up the result because I'm not doing it at the moment.
As Mage just got the chicane all wrong, and Doncourt had a good look there at the final corner, but he's
got the run now. Yeah, Mudge is defending the inside line. He'll go around the outside. Oh, they almost touch, but he gets the move done, does he? Yes.
He does. Yeah, Don gave plenty of space there in the final corner as well. I think he could have been a bit more aggressive, perhaps even tried to get the job done then, but he waited, did the right thing, and he's regained that 8th position then. So good driving from the McLaren driver so far.
Here in Oldham, he's always got second, so well, that was good. So well done to him. As White Fountain's starting to catch Matty Daddy up again, he's in DRS, so these two obviously. And the gap between Sam and Heskey, it's staying constant at 1.7, so no matter the fact at the front. So it's good to see Heskey in a bit more form. Obviously, he used to race in the league, I think, before my time. And he was in the Pinnacle last season. I think that tier, it wasn't right for him. I think this tier is more his level, and he's having fun, I guess, tonight.
Yeah, he's looking good. He's definitely found his feet in this tier. And as you say, he's got a 10th on Sam since I measured it a few laps ago, so literally just trading lap times at the moment.
Obviously that might come down, maybe Pesky a few lap time might fancy an undercut on him, because I think the undercut is quite powerful around here, and if he pits now, he's probably going to come out around where you're and Doncourt is, so maybe it might be better doing the overcut. Because I believe Lukey puts a penalty there, obviously he's at the back of the field. He'll be hoping for a few DNFs and maybe a safety car to get him back in contention because he's a long way back.
Yeah, you never know, as we saw last week in Baku, just don't give up, stay in the race, and you never know, points are always, there's always a chance of getting points no matter what. So it's worth sticking around if you possibly can.
White Fountain, he seems to be really putting the hammer down now, and he's doing 5 tenths of Matty Daddy, so again, I don't think this straight here is the overtaking place. I think the overtaking straight is the pit straight, so you'd be hoping for a clean run through sector 3 and a good exit for the final cars. Matty Daddy is struggling a little bit, I can see he's on the curve there, so this is going to excite White Fountain, I think, seeing Matty Daddy struggle there. He senses his prey, now can he make the move?
Yeah, and it happened at the right time as well, didn't it? He's got a good chance of getting some slipstream here.
Exit
and a good exit for Matty Daddy, good exit as well. So he's going to come from quite a long way back. The DRS is open now, so what will Matty Daddy do? He's not going to defend, I don't think.
No, so, Matty Daddy's on standard, so he's not defending and gets the move done. Now, can he fight back? No, White Fountain covers the line off well there, so good move. And again, he's in. White Fountain is looking to get another podium, and I think the front two may be a bit out of touch today, but you never know what might happen. As Heskey time, you have to say he looks quicker than Sam, I have to say, tonight.
He's suddenly gained a few more tenths there, so maybe a slight mistake from Sam. We'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, White Fountain making his way forward again, as he did last week, up 5 positions. The biggest gainer so far is Pepsi Gamer, up 10 positions in P5 at the moment as well. We haven't seen too much of him on stream, but he's
kept it clean, I think. He's kept that out of trouble, I think, a lot of guys behind and stuff, so yeah, keep it clean, you can get good results. As I believe White Fountain, he's not that hot in qualifying, but in the race pace he seems really good, as Don is on the back of TK here, so
he is quite a big tyre advantage here as well, 5 laps fresher tyres. So you think that should be relatively easy if he can keep the TK through this sector, which he should be able to do with the extra grip he's got.
Yeah, he should have much better traction. He's got to go removing the hair pillar. That would have been a suicide move. Move there. But he's all backwards, so sure this will be an easy overtake. If he gets even the half decent X out of here, which he does, and surely the overspeed, this will be an easy pass. I feel like the DRS is a little bit too powerful around here in this game. It just seems like easy moves down the pitch straight. I don't know about you, but that's a bit too easy.
I agree. They're getting the job done way before the braking zone. I think DRS should get you alongside for braking. It shouldn't just have you cleared by and back onto the racing line. It's a little bit too powerful here.
Yeah. As TK, he's lost 1.2 seconds already, so it just shows how much quicker and fresher. I believe the soft side go off now, so I think the pit window's open now. These guys on one stop, take a pit now and get the mediums to the end. So will any of these guys try the undercut?
What's the ideal lap to pit, Jamie? What were you planning?
I'd say lap 12, but lap 11 you could definitely pit lap 11 and get to the end if you fancy a cheeky undercut. But I think lap 12 is the ideal lap. That's when you know you can get them to the end in decent pace. Like so, as I think the front two are staying out, so they're obviously not interested in pitting yet. We've just seen one of the. I'm not surprised Matt Deddy comes to the pits this lap. No, he's staying out. So they're going a bit longer.
Okay, so while we got a little bit of gap between some of the drivers, we'll go on board with Sam.
And Daddy's got a. Oh my God, Matty Daddy, that was easy on White Fountain.
That was job done.
Yeah, there's Heskey again. It's almost in the DRS range, so Heskey is really harrying Sam now. And I think this final stint, you're going to need tyres. You can push a lot more. It's going to be a lot. That's when the race is going to be really big between these two. These two, they're saving their tyres till they get to the pit window.
Looking at Heskey as well, Jamie, he's got nearly full ERS. Charge as well, yeah. So he's not pushing too hard at this stage of the race, although Sam doing alright on that as well. But Heskey looking good here. Yeah.
I feel if Sam pits this lap, Heskey's going to turn that right up and just go for a really aggressive in lap and try and get the overcut, because obviously Sam, if he pits this lap, goes in the mediums, he's going to struggle for the first sector with tyre temperature. He's almost in DRS range.
Yeah, almost. He's in it.
I think he is now. He's in it now, so.
What will the drivers do here?
Sam's struggling. I think Sam's going to pick this up. He's really struggling.
He has. Yeah.
Let's see if he slows down to line alright. Yeah. As Heskey has turned the DRS up to 5, and he gets DRS off Sam, which is crucial. That's going to give him 2 more tenths down the straight. So as Sam goes on the mediums, it's interesting to see where he comes out. Would he come out where?
He's held.
He's McLaren's. Yeah, he might have had a bit of a penalty there. White Fountain and Matt Daddy once again switch positions. Going to come out clean air, is he? No, he's come out behind 2 McLarens, which he doesn't want, so this is Heskey's chance to get the overcut.
Yeah, it's just going to be fascinating. Surely Heskey will be in at the end of this lap, as you're saying. He's got that high engine mode and DRS, so this is going to be close, and he'll be on a lap fresh tyres, of course, either way.
Yeah. I haven't called Heskey the favourite for the win now. I think because obviously when you're behind the cars, he's in the turbulent air of Pepsi, so he's not really in DRS range, so he's not going to get past this lap. So, be interesting.
Yeah. So
Heskey's really pushing it. I could tell he's doing good sector times as well. He's sort of like matching his personal best lap. So this is going to be interesting.
He's gone on.
Oh, he's staying out.
That's surprising.
He's going a bit longer. Yeah.
He's trying to get a bit of an advantage on the tyres for the end of the race.
Yep. Sam's cleared Pepsi Gamer as yellow flags there. I don't know who it's for. My Daddy's pitting, so he's gone for the undercut White Fountain.
Yeah, he's pitted. Those two are duking it out, so maybe a good idea to get out of that one in the pits. But slightly surprised, Jamie, that Heskey time went on. That was surely a decent chance there for the undercut.
Yeah, he had a really good lap there, and I think he would have maybe had him as the gap to Sam is 19 seconds. So I think at the moment Sam is going to come out ahead, but obviously Pepsi's going to be on at least 2 laps fresher tyres. So at the end of the race, maybe Heskey's playing a long game here, and he senses he saw Sam struggling on them tyres at the end of the stint, and maybe he thinks, well, if I take these laps a couple laps further, then I can really just capitalise at the end.
Yeah, you could be right. He must be confident that he'll have. He had better tyre wear by the look of it in that first stint. So if he can transfer that over, he may well be. Well, he should be very strong towards the end.
Sam's gained 6 tenths on this lap, so if I was Heskey, I'd pit now. You don't want to leave it too late, so you need to have too much ground to catch up on. So
Yeah.
He's pitting this lap, that's no brainer, in my view.
We'll see, and he's in.
Yep. So I'll go on board with Sam just to see if he's rounding the final few corners now.
Yeah, we'll stay with Heskey time. He'll be hoping for a slip stop on the Red Bull boys, and we get that little hold. But now he's back on track magically in the pit lane. So
yeah, I think Sam's will come out way ahead here. Yeah,
he is.
He is. Well, actually, yeah, it's about 2 or 3 seconds there that gap is.
Yeah, it was 1 point. Well, it was down to a second, wasn't it? So it's going to be about 3 now. So he's going to have lost a couple of seconds at least through that. But he has got that 2-lap pressure tyre.
Yeah, and Heskey is going to struggle for this first sector at least with the colder tyres. So expect that gap to go up further, and as soon as he gets it back up to temperature, then we'll be able to see what the real pace is in these 2 tyres. There's Lawrence on the back of Matty Daddy. Obviously they're on different strategies. I think Matty Daddy's probably overtaken Lawrence there, looking at the tyre situation. So Matty Daddy is doing a good race, I have to say. He's pulled a gap on. White Fountain's still out, or what?
He is.
Pitted. Yeah. So he's gone for a really long first stint. And obviously, I think he qualified outside top 10. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, he's certainly going long anyway, isn't he? Lap 15, so he's taking them a long way.
Yeah, and he's...
Oh, Matty Daddy, side by side with Mage Showman, but he follows back through.
Because he's losing a lot of time, I can tell Matty Daddy's so much quicker than him, but he cannot overtake in these few corners.
Yeah, he's got to be patient.
Yeah, he should get him down the straight easily. There's a White Fountain, he's leaving the garage now, so Matty Daddy's still going to come out ahead, I think. Yeah, he is. It's close though, it's tight, but he's done it. But obviously now, White Fountain's on 2 laps fresher tyres, so again, it's the same with Sam and Heskey. If the gap between Sam and Heskey's up to 6 seconds, and what's happened there? Oh no, sorry, I was on the leader there. It's 4 seconds, sorry.
Yeah, 4 seconds. So it's still he lost 3 seconds through that. So he definitely lost, as you say, a reasonable bit of time on that second lap. He continued on compared with Sam.
Yeah, as White Fountain now is on the back of Mage, then you want to get this moving quickly because you wouldn't want to lose. You wouldn't want Matty Daddy out of his DRS because it's a lot hard to catch when you're out of DRS.
Yeah, it is. So we've got majority of drivers on the medium now. Then we've got Don Cool on those softs. We know he's got to stop again. Mage Showman as well in 5th on the soft, and CSS as well in P11 at the moment on the soft. 14 lap old softs.
No, that's impressive. I think Don, he's on for a podium here because he's going to come out on much fresher tyres, and he's only like 18 seconds behind White Fountain, so he's going to come out probably ahead of Pepsi, and he can really push. I don't know if he's going to go on softs or mediums at the end, but he's going to be on much fresher tyres than everyone else around him as he pits now. So I think he'll be going on mediums now. I don't think he can get soft tyres 16 laps.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. So the Williams driver in the pit lane. So we'll see what he decides to do.
He's going on mediums.
So then
come out. Sam's does catch up to Don now. I think Don is starting to struggle on them softs.
Yeah, he is. So this could be crucial. Heskey time will be looking at that as well. I'm thinking, you'll be hoping that Don just holds Sam up a little bit, just so he can bring that gap down if he possibly can.
Yeah.
And
Heskey's starting to get pace a little bit now. I think he's starting to get tyres up temperature, so that gap is sort of staying on 4 seconds, but I think Heskey's playing the long game here.
Yeah, I think they are very, very closely matched in race pace here. They've both got about the same amount of ERS energy available now as well. So they're both pushing hard. So Sam has got DRS. He's a long way back though.
Nice. Take a brave move to go for it. He'll set fast up the race. Nice, long way back. I'm not gonna hinge it there. There's Lawrence and Mage to go side by side into the hairpin. Lawrence holds the position. Lawrence. Oh, the contact Lawrence spins, and Lawrence yet again is having another messy race. So it's not
He just tried to go wheel by wheel, didn't he, there? And I think there just wasn't quite space for two cars.
It's not a corner where you can go side by side, really. It's just not advised. There's Sammy's all over the back of Don now, so again, he's going a bit wide there, so I think that might root up, but Don's on the gravel.
Don's really wide.
Yeah, he got away with it there a bit with Sam's pure exit out of the high-speed corner, but surely down the pit straight this will be an easy move. And looks like Don pits this lap.
He's not lost any time to Heskey time though, Jamie, on this lap. 4.2, so hasn't been able to capitalise on Sam being held up there a little bit.
Yeah, he's got dirty air, but he's also got DRS, so I don't know. I think maybe dirty air is affecting him a little bit more. So I thought Don was going to pit there, but
yeah, me too.
Surely Sam, this is an easy move. What we've seen so far. Yeah. The long way clear, and Don, I think, again realises that it's not his race at the moment, so he just lets him go.
And Heskey time, is he fallen further back?
Yeah, he's lost. Yeah, he's lost. He's lost 4 seconds in the final sector, so maybe he's had a little moment on them curbs, I reckon. Yeah, he's lost a lot of time there, so Sam is in a really good position now. I mean, 8 seconds, that's a lot. I mean, 9 seconds, that's a lot to close down, even if you are quicker. So,
yeah, they're so equally matched, aren't they? Yeah, as long as they have enough. They're so equally matched. You have to say, Heskey, all that hard work he did to get that strategy advantage, it's pretty much just been evaporated there with that, that one mistake. That's going to be really difficult for him.
Yeah, the undercut's so powerful around any track in this game. Your undercut, it's so powerful. You just when your rival pits, you've got to really pit a lap after him. You just got to do it, because if you leave it too long, you just lose too much time. And I think Heskey's got to really push down. He's pushing. He's making more mistakes. And I was impressed by driving a soft stint, because he was driving with himself. But now I can see him on what now. He's clouting all the curves. And he's overdriving a little bit now. So yeah, I think that was a mistake. That strategy.
Yeah, it does look like it, but obviously he's still got a long way to go. Anything can happen, but at the moment Sam has just set a fastest lap as well, so Sam looking good.
Heskey picks up a penalty as well, which is not going to help his cause.
Yeah, I think he's just overset the limits a bit.
11 seconds now, so I think Don will be in shortly, go another set of softs, and I think he's going to get a podium here. I think he's going to overtake White Fountain and Mike Daddy, because there's fresh softs compared to warm mediums. It's quite a big pace advantage.
Yeah, we've seen the delta, the tyres here. It's obviously been always been a difficult track on worn tyres, and we've seen drivers making the overtake just a metre or two past the exit of the final corner with the grip difference. Huge differential between the worn tyres and the fresh ones here.
Just track like this final sector, it's pure traction sector. So obviously if you're on worn tyres, you're not going to get a good exit at all out of these corners. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of this new, as Don pits now, I'm not a huge fan of the not new anymore, but the chicane. I prefer the old layout, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think everyone preferred that quicker layout. It's a bit clumsy, the final chicane, but it's there to slow the cars down, and it does, I guess, give an extra dynamic to trying to get a good exit and then set yourself up for overtakes into turn 1. But yeah, it's not the best part of the circuit.
Don's going to go soft tyres. He's going to come out just behind White Fountain and Matt. So yeah, I think Don is on for the podium here. He's right behind them, so yeah.
You have to say, I know I don't want to commentate his curse him, but from what we've seen so far, it's been a good performance, good strategy, and he's just been on the right side of aggressiveness around other cars as well. He's used caution when needed, so he's out on those softs now at P5. As you say, he's got a really, really good chance of making the podium on his debut here.
Yeah, George, he gets penalty there, but I still think even with the penalty, he's still going to pull away, I think. Yeah, he's doing quite well. You have to say he's picked his battles pretty well. I think he sort of realised when he's not in the fight, I think he's let Sam go a couple of times when he had the inside line, because he realises that the tyre situation. I think he's probably made the mistake in his strategy, but it's worked well for him, you have to say. I think it still would have been quicker on the one stop, but obviously he wanted that trap position at the start, and you have to say he did a good job on the first few laps keeping out that trouble, and he got the trap position at the start, and he hasn't really made any mistakes, and yeah, I think these two cars ahead of him will be a bit. They know what's coming.
Yeah, I think they're going to see him coming, and they may not be able to do too much about it. As Scorpion in the Toro Rosso as well, he's closing up onto the back of Jaw now as well. So he's on 2 lap pressure mediums. So he'll be looking to move up to 9th if he can. We haven't seen much of him. I think it might be the first time we've seen him on stream.
It's a quiet race. Yeah, it's a quiet race, I have to say. Well, mind you, we focused on the front battle, so maybe it's been the board and stuff, but the front battle's been pretty. The lead battle's sort of over now, but the pony battle is hotting up now. Scorpion, again, I haven't really seen much of him this season. How has he done? Has he done well, or has he struggled? I don't really.
Yeah,
he's mates with White Fountain.
Yeah, he's struggled a little bit, but he's had a couple of good results as well. He has shown flashes of good speed, he's always, he's been in plenty of battles as well in the previous rounds.
But he's trying to move there. I mean, that was a bit ballsy trying to move there, but I think he's lining his opposition up, and I think he's going to get this move done pretty easily, wherever he fancies it. Because I think he's struggling a little bit, but again, he's on to score a point at the moment, which I think is a pretty good result for him, but he is struggling. You can clearly tell he's all over the shop.
Yeah, we'll try and keep an eye on this battle and the one with Don Cool White Fountain as well.
Yeah.
But Scorpion, he's having a look there. Ooh, that was a little bit risky into turn 10. I think he might be better waiting for the straight.
He's got the dive bomb. Oh, that was the stupid move. That was never going to work. They've collided. That was.
Oh,
if that was Matty Daddy, I would not be happy with that move. White Fountain, he just dived up the inside, and Matty Daddy had the corner in my view, and they both spun around. So that's gifted Don Cole the podium. Okay,
and looked like maybe White Fountain blocked Pepsi Gamer as well a little bit there when he rejoined the circuit, but Pepsi Gamer is through now. So yeah, we didn't quite catch that on stream. We were looking at Scorpion at the time, but you think White Fountain there may well be to blame for that one?
It was a long way back, and he sort of it was kind of a bad move really, but he just. Like Matty Daddy had the corner, he just hit him, in my view, and spun him around. If I was in Matty Daddy's situation, I would not be happy with what White Fountain did. I
guess at least Matty Daddy, he was able to continue, lost a lot less time than White Fountain did.
At least he's still in 4th place, which I think Don Cool would have got these two anyway, but
made the job easy for him.
Yeah. So I don't know if Don Cole can catch Heskey. I think 12 seconds in 8 laps, I think it's a little bit too much. So, but a podium debut, you've got to say that's a pretty impressive showing of White Fountain and Pepsi.
Yeah, White Fountain will be looking to get the position back from Pepsi Gamer if he can, try and recover this race as best he can. Looks like there's no damage to either car that we can see. So he got away with it relatively lightly from that point of view, I guess.
Yeah, I think if White Fountain had wind damage, he wouldn't be all the back of Pepsi here. So I think he got away with it there, and he looks quicker than Pepsi. But I think with that spin, his tyres have overheated a little bit, so he's got to play it careful these next couple of laps till his tyres come back down to temperature. As Lukey is pitting on the super, so he's just want to try and get a fastest lap, I guess. Got nothing to lose.
Yeah, nothing to lose at this point for Lukey. This will be a race to forget for him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, White Fountain, it's a bit hard going for him here. He's looking quite good early on, but after his win, obviously, last week, he's finds himself in P6 at the moment and battling for that P5. We spoke to him in the talk show, obviously, last week as well, and there's a bit of time penalty.
Yeah, I think he's just pushed them track limits a bit too much as Don Cole sets fast up there 120, and the gap's come down to 10 seconds, but again I don't think it's enough. I think them softs, they're going to wear off by the time he catches up to the Heskey, so I think 3rd place is what it's going to be for him. There's Majd is on the back of TK here, and TK is that's interesting defending to say the least.
Wow, that was a car just weaving from one side to the other there.
Yeah, if I was in Mad's situation, I'm not too happy with that. If you could go for it here, this would be... Yep, that's a nice move there. So if you weave down straight, I'll just get you I'll get you in turn 4, don't worry about that, mate.
Yeah, so he's up to 7th then. TK drops to 8th, but he's on 11 lap on mediums as well, so that 3 lap difference in tyre there, it's obviously showing.
Yeah, I'm expecting to pull away now, and obviously he's not going to catch White out ahead, so it'll be a 7th place finish, which I believe he hasn't scored that many points this season, so I think he'll take a solid point finish here. As Don yet again is lighting up the timesheets, so he's giving it a go, you have to say, but like I said before, I think it's maybe too little, too late.
Yeah, it's giving it a go, but we have seen a few mistakes from Heskey as well in qualifying and in the race, so you never know, put him under as much pressure as you possibly can, and he might crack, so yeah, I'm sure Donkel will keep pushing to the limit to the end.
Yeah. As Heskey's starting to catch Sam a little bit, but again...
Sam's got a 3-second time penalty there.
Oh, that equals it out now, so it's again the gap is what you see now between these three, because all 3 of them have got a 3-second penalty, so...
Yeah, strict rules obviously for this race, and catching a few of the drivers out now as we come into the final stages of the race.
Yeah, I think it has to be strict rules around here, because there's a few corners here you can really exploit, not just by cutting them, but by also running wide on exit, so I think it's probably the best to have strict on around here. Yeah,
you can definitely extend, can't you, and gain a bit of time.
Especially in that first sector, BS also picks up penalty, but he's well out the points, so it's not really going to affect things at the moment.
White Fountain unable to repass Pepsi Gamer as well. He got within that sort of 7-8 tenths, but he's not able to get close enough to actually make a pass at the moment.
And Pepsi's starting to call it back in Matty Daddy again, so maybe these 3 could come together yet again towards the end of the race. White Fountain had a horrific exit coming out of the final corner there. He did. He lit the rears up there, and any chance to move this lap is gone.
Yeah, it's difficult because that's probably your best or maybe only chance of an overtake down that straight, and so you're just desperate to get on the power as early as you can. But light it up like that, and that's another lap then stuck behind the car in front. But Pepsi's not exactly having to defend hard either, is he? I think he is legitimately holding him back at the moment.
Yeah, he's actually catching up to Matty Daddy, so in a few more laps you might have a DRS train here.
Yeah, he is closing up that gap to the Renault. Matty Daddy having a quiet few laps of the race on his own, but he could fall into the clutches of these guys if he's not careful.
Yeah. Well, I believe Matty Daddy hasn't got a point this season, so I think he'll take a 5th or 6th place, but he won that 4th place. I think that'll be an excellent. That'll give him a huge confidence boost going into the next few races where they're quite tricky tracks, kind of like Monaco and Canada and France. They're tracks where it's not easy to keep it on the road. So I think we'll take this result if he can hold on.
Yeah, I agree. So we're 5th round of the season now, so we're quarter way through the season pretty much. So everybody settling in now. So now is when you need to start, really putting in the results and getting the points.
Pepsi's clocked Matty Daddy already, and he's all over the back of him. But I know Matty Daddy made a mistake there or something, but that gap's come down a lot this lap.
Yeah, you'd imagine he must have made a mistake there because they're on equally old tyres as well. So
yeah, I think he might have clouted the curb in the chicane. It's quite easy to do. And it's on the go by Matty Daddy. It says in softs, but I think he picked those on mediums. There's a bit of a nice glitch there.
Yeah, same for me. But yeah, he's got to be on the mediums, I would think. And yeah, he's sort of stabilised that gap a little bit now, so it must have been an error, you'd think. And White Fountain just about keeping up with these 2 as well, so he's ready to pounce if there's any opening at all.
Yeah, Matty Daddy again, he wants to do. He's very lucky not to hit the gravel there. I think he's struggling on his rear tyres. In terms of traction, he just seems all over the place. John, it's down to 6 seconds now, so you never know. As Pepsi Gamer yet again gets a bad exit out of, but I think he's got the move done now. He's just seems so much more straight line speed. With Matty Daddy, he didn't seem to be defending this.
Yeah, he didn't defend that too hard at all, did he? Although I say that, he goes right outside.
Yeah, yeah, that's impressive, you have to say. As Pepsi, oh, be careful. Oh, got better exit there, and side by side into turn 4 here. Side by side yet again. I say this is impressive side by side racing, but I think Pepsi's moved on, has he? No, Matty Daddy.
Wow.
Yeah,
great battle here.
Impressive. Yeah. And White Falcon's right behind, waiting to see if these two make a mistake, but I think Matty Daddy's got covered, but obviously Pepsi Game's got to get DRS now, and he's quite far, but you've got to be careful. Yeah, close behind, don't get hit right there. Yeah, and he doesn't, and surely going to lunge it down the inside here. Surely. No, he doesn't. He backs out of it. I'm quite surprised.
Yeah, he does back out of it, and White Fighting is right there now as well. As we said, he'd pounce if he could, and he's a proper 3-way fight here for 5th place. For 4th place, sorry. So big points on the cards here.
Yeah, 12 points here for whoever. I mean, I know about 4th place finishes, so.
You certainly do.
Yeah.
Pepsi's got a good run here, really good run on that again.
You know, Matt Daddy, he likes defending outside of one, but I think Pepsi, Matt Daddy. Go for
he's got wing damage and spun.
I wonder if White Fountain touched him there, because I was on board with Matt Daddy, so I don't know. But yeah, wing damage. Like, do you pit or do you stay out?
I think he's
late in the race.
Oh, it's so slow. You see the wing damage already affecting him though throughout turn 3 so much. How much of a gap has he got? He's got 5 seconds.
Oh, he dropped like to 10th place. Oh, I'm so gutted for him.
I think it's difficult to know, but I don't think White Fighting touched him. I think he just touched the back of a Pepsi Gamer. Pepsi was slow because of he ran a bit deep. And Matt touched the back of him, and it got damaged and then span as well. So, such a shame for the Renault driver, as you say.
I think Madge tunes deep there, so that isn't what you want to do. I think
it's actually built the gap there with him running deep.
I think stay out. You've got to stay out. Yeah. You're going to lose 10 seconds. It's only
minor damage.
Yeah, you got to stay out here. Get 6th place. Yes.
Now he's got the tyres. Now he's got the tyres clean and cooled down. He's actually got decent pace, but he's pulling away from the car behind. So he'll stay out now.
Yeah, his final sector was actually quite competitive. So he should be all right for 6th. Because everyone's quite spread out now, so might go on board with Sam for a lap or 2, see how he's doing.
Yeah, we'll check out the leader who's just coming up to lap Lukey by the look of it.
Yeah, hopefully Lukey's got his mirrors. As he gets well out of the way there. We don't need to get that out of the way, but rather that and hold him up.
Exactly, nothing else to fight for, I guess, for Lukey, so he gets well out of the way.
I would be surprised if Lukey picks again from a set of supers to go for another fastest lap, because he's struggling with them supers now.
So we're watching. We're on board with Sam, Jamie. Obviously, he'll be leading the championship if he can bring it home, and to be his 2nd win of the season. Obviously, you've known Sam for quite a while. What have you made of his season so far?
I think it's been quite impressive. Obviously, when I was speaking to him earlier on the season, he felt confident coming into the season, and obviously with Refo winning the first few races, it sort of dented his confidence a little bit. But I think China, that was a huge turning point. He beat Refo there pure pace. Like, he was quicker driver. And again today, let's not forget that he out-qualified Refo on the same tyre. And at the end of the start of the first stint, he was struggling a little bit. The end of the stint, Heskey was all over him, and he made the correct strategy decision. And again, Heskey, I think Heskey maybe has had the slightly quicker pace, but Sam had the fewer mistakes. And going to fully deserve this race win. And the championship lead, it's going to be quite a big championship lead as well. I think it's going to be 23 points, which is...
Yes, he's just proven, as you say, maybe hasn't, it's been close between Heskey and him in this race, but, Heskey's perhaps had maybe a tenth or two, but consistency is so important, and that's what Sam has built over his time racing.
Yeah, but I think Heskey he'll be happy with second place. I think it'll be his first podium since his return, so I think he is going to take this result and he'll take confidence from this, saying he's got the pace to fight for wins. He just maybe needs to iron out these two errors he's making.
Yeah, he's definitely got the raw pace, and currently then in third place is Don Cool in the McLaren, and it looks like he's going to be a good sideman for McLaren, Jamie.
It's in McLaren third and fourth. So this is good points in the constructors battle. Obviously, with one Ferrari out and the two Mercedes out, so Ferrari. McLaren maybe can sneak up between these two as Sam is rounding the final few. He's coming to complete his lap now, so I believe he's going to take this win. It's going to be second win. It's going to be second win this season, and I believe he's got a podium every season. I was speaking to before, and he's going for Bugster's podium record. I think that's 17. So, and I don't know what your record was, but yours was like 20 something. But he's going to go for that record, and well, if he keeps up this, then he could definitely get it.
He definitely can. So he comes around that chicane then for the final time. And fantastic drive by Sam once again, weaves across the line, brings it home in the Ferrari for P1. Race. Sam is race winner in Spain. Awesome drive, and Heskey time as well, as you say. He'll be pretty pleased, I think, with P2 there. Great drive from him as well. And Don Cool on his debut in F1 TSL for McLaren gets the podium. Really impressive drive, and he's going to be one to watch for the rest of the season for sure. And
that gap came down 2 seconds, so if Don Cool won his penalty, he got second there. As Pepsi Gamer, fourth place, I think he'd be happy with that because he was near the back of the grid. That was a good recovery drive. White Fountain comes in fifth, and Matty Daddy is just going to about hold on for sixth for his first points of the season, but it could have been a lot more without that wind damage.
It could, but decent points all the same, and well driven by him, and made showman as well, P7, and I'd be pretty pleased with that. And Scorpion, we mentioned him earlier on, he's going to get P8 then for Toro Rosso, and then we've got Draw and PK, so it didn't quite work out for the half drivers, but they do pick up the final points in P9 and P10.
Yeah, I don't have a TK there because he was a long way ahead of you. I don't know. Might worth but see with race supporters. CS is going to cross line out the points. Obviously, I think he was greatly affected by that lack of setup for Johnny White.
Yeah, I think his speed would have been affected quite a bit down that straight, wouldn't it? But brings it home. But unfortunately for him, he's just outside the points.
Yeah, as we get our podium ceremony, as we get the Ferrari of Samster and the Red Bull of Heskey Time and the McLaren of Don Cool on the podium. And Ferrari, once again, we've got a lot of wins so far this season. We seem to have some really good drivers this season, so this is another one in the bag for them. As the Constructors lead, it's going to go up to, I believe, 23 points out the drivers, so it's a bit of a symmetry there.
Yeah, it is indeed. So it's advantage Ferrari then after round 5 of the season at Spain. So we're about to get your race results on screen. And Jamie, do you want to give us a run through the final results?
Yeah. The race winner is Samster in the Ferrari with Heskey Time in second. We've got Don Cool in third, Pepsi Gamer in fourth, White Fountain in fifth, Matty Daddy sixth, Mage Showman in seventh, Scorpion Hun in eighth, You're in ninth, TK in 10th, got CS in 11th, Lukey in 12th, Lawrence in 13th, and the DNFs are Farf, Matt FNG, Cloudy Blues yet again early dinner for him, and Refall on the first lap.
Yeah, so some big names DNFing there, and pretty good race, Jamie. Quieting down there in the final third, but we had plenty to watch there in the first part of the race.
Yeah, it was a good battle, and I think again Don Cool looks like a really good addition to the league, and hopefully Heskey can keep that pace up because if you and Kieran get a few more guys up there, and make the race a lot more exciting.
Yeah, and I think we got definitely a few easy nominations for Driver of the Day, which will be going up at some point. So keep an eye on Twitter for that, and cast your vote. So that's it for this week. We'll be back next week for Monaco, Jamie. dreaded by so many. But it usually delivers us a pretty exciting race to watch, that's for sure. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, you can head over to the Prestige tier race right now. They will be going very shortly, and you can see how those boys get on. But otherwise, yeah, thank you very much for joining me today, Jamie.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was very short notice for me, but I enjoyed that. That was a pretty good race, I think, and well done to the podium finishers and everyone who scored points. Obviously, again, a few guys there disappointed, but it's a long season and don't give up hope. I think I need to take that lesson myself.
Yeah, long way to go for everyone yet. And so yeah, good luck to yourself next week, Jamie. And I shall be back in the commentary box with Kieran. So until then, thank you for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next week.